close matches, but a lot of them are ones we haven't seen before, especially notably that Rom and SWOOPER are kind of like haven't entered this tournament series before, right? So, uh, yeah, my gut says that SWOOPER is like a little bit more accomplished in terms of like he's had more results over the long term, so he's probably the favorite. But Kurv's been looking pretty hot lately, so.
Yeah, I think the one other thing I'll mention in Kurv's favor is that I think he's very good at top playering mid tiers or top tiering mid tiers.
Right, right.
He is down to like make you suffer for picking a bad character.
Yeah.
Because he did it himself for so long. So,
I also wonder if there's any world where he goes Luigi, because like I know he goes Luigi for some of the weirder matchups, and this is one that like Luigi matchup is like it's kind of a weird one. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe on FD, but I don't know. It's a good stage for Fox anyways. But right now, Kurv is looking like he can play this matchup just fine.
Ooh. Yeah, and look at that spacing. He waits and waits and waits, and then finds the bear out of shield just when he needs it. Ooh, really nice. He gets the timing just right, so he avoids that missile that SWOOPER's been using to mess people up all day. And then he's still able to get to ledge and force that really bad mix-up. SWOOPER didn't have a tether left, so he had to land on stage, and Kurv was able to punish it, get the kill.
Yeah, that was kind of looked like the cleanest edge guard that we've seen all day against Samus. He kind of prevented the tether from sweet spotting the ledge by holding it, and then ledge hop punish sends her back off stage, and then subsequent attempt she no longer has the tether, forces the up B, and then wave shine punishes all the way to the kill. So really good stuff from him, and even when he's not getting the true punish, his corner pressure looks super on point. His control center stage here with lasers from far away looks super on point. SWOOPER's going to have to up the punish game here to keep up.
Yeah. Oh man, and look at that spacing on the nair as well. He goes for the full hop nair to get out of the way of any kind of shenanigans from SWOOPER, and he spaces it back so that he hits the shield, but isn't at risk of an up B. SWOOPER does close out the stock, so good stuff there, but he's already taken 90%.
Yep. And so this is another one where it's like Fox has a lot of kill moves that just kind of work against Samus, but Samus can kind of play around them really well. There's a good example of it where if you get 2 answer for the up smash, it can cost you a lot, right? And SWOOPER's suddenly getting a ton of damage here, doesn't quite find the down tilt timing, and does actually pay with it with his life. Kurv continuing to look pretty clean, but SWOOPER he has some answers here.
One other thing I want to mention from that last stock is SWOOPER found an up B out of shield to punish Kurv coming in, but Kurv with the perfect SDI to get back down to side platform quickly. That's something we didn't see from him. Oh, what a side B. That was like so clean, lowest possible frame, and he doesn't get punished for side being back to ledge.
Oh, and this combo right here, we talked about how good Falcon can be at comboing Samus if he gets her in the air. Same thing with Fox. The moment she's off the ground, then the nair combos become a thing, and she's like kind of any other floaty. But when she's on the ground, she's kind of like the heaviest floaty, right? So she kind of like gets to, just barely avoids a charge shot. Reflection.
Okay. SWOOPER starting to command space a little bit better here. Kurv continuing to go for this shine on the missiles from far away. So far, it hasn't really led to much, but it also has kind of neutered the threat, which has looked pretty good.
Yep, and he's doing it far enough away to where he's safe from the threat of like short hop down air over it or something. So I think he's pretty aware of the risk involved with shining a missile, which is why he's only doing it far away, just to kind of be like, I'm just not going to get hit by this. So.
And here, SWOOPER actually catches Kurv with bad DI for the first time and reclaims the lead after being pretty far down throughout the game.
Yep,
oh,
definitely
Kurv had it.
Yeah, but it kind of, once again, it's like there's layers to the edge guard, right? It's like you try to cover the tether. Oh, and went either too low or just didn't realize he didn't get his tether back. Not sure. Regardless, though, Kurv bringing it back to the last stock situation, and by kind of that layered approach to the edge guarding, like I was saying, if he doesn't get the edge guard, he has to corner pressure, right? So.
Yeah, and he's looked pretty good throughout. That one, I think he actually just didn't let him touch the ground, and so he didn't have the tether back.
Right.
But yeah, Kurv putting on quite a performance here. He's already brought him back up to 100%, making it look pretty easy to rack up damage against Samus here.
Yep. I think SWOOPER has shown that it's pretty hard to hit him with a raw up smash. So Kurv can kind of keep playing this game that he's already playing at these lower percents. Eventually push Samus off stage and eventually kind of win the game with like the space back here in the corner game, right? Or he can just look to punish a grapple in the air. Not quite though.
Yeah, I will say the one place where Kurv has been finding a lot of up smashes is with the shine up smash.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see Kurv like really focus in on trying to find like the combo into the up smash.
Yeah.
There he gets the shine, but super too close to the edge. He can't follow up into the up smash.
Yeah.
Instead, he'll have to take the corner position.
Yeah, the most consistent way to find shines in this matchup is add a shield. If you shield any ground moves, you can shine her and find the up smash. So like run up shield stuff becomes really good and kind of baiting out these ground moves. But Swooper is playing a really disciplined game, doing these bomb jumps into aerials, which an old quote from Ladondas that I always loved is when Samus starts doing bomb stuff on the ground, my strategy is to walk away and hope she stops doing bomb stuff on the ground. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone's found a better answer ever.
Yeah, and Swooper's, oh, he finds the shine, and he gets the punish on the up
Nice.
B. Really nice by Kurv. Swooper really committed to that defensive play style there at the end. He had caught Kurv getting a little over aggressive a couple times throughout that match, so it made sense to sort of play around that. But
Yep.
Kurv, super disciplined, waited for his opportunity, and caught Swooper taking a nap on the ledge and closed out the game. Really, really nice.
Yep, and I think Swooper played that last stock really well. It's kind of like you got to make your opponent earn the stock at the last, like in these high percent situations, because Samus loses access to her like CC tools, and without the CC tools, she loses access to a lot of the ways you can traditionally do offense. Like you can't really safely walk up and forward tilt or wave dash forward tilt when you're at 160%. So you have to then play a very disciplined game with like bomb, shield, wave dash, and like jumps. And he did that. He made it really hard for Kurv to find a kill. But Kurv, equally disciplined, kind of took his time and didn't just run into any of these moves and find the kill. So
Yeah, it was really well played by Kurv to sort of weather the storm there and not get caught by something silly. But he I think he really understood that he sort of had the checkmate situation, and as long as he played it nice and slow, he'd be able to close it out eventually.
Yep, exactly. And Swooper gets to come back into this game with a fresh slate and immediately cashes in on his low percents, gets a huge amount of damage. Sweet spot back here does find the kill this time. Pretty low percent, 98% for the kill.
Yeah, and one of the things that Kurv really took advantage of in that last game was the fact that he had the percent lead. Right, he sort of understood that if things were to go deep into the late time, it would be Swooper that would have to make the commitment at some point. And so this game, Swooper getting that early kill is a pretty big deal, right? Like it's an important advantage for him.
If the players are willing to do that, I think there's so few players that are actually willing to go the distance for that to like matter. So I think Kurv could just continue to play the exact same way with a percent deficit and it's probably fine. But
yeah,
especially because it just takes so long for that to even happen. Like you might nickel and dime his way back to a lead anyways, right? So
yeah, absolutely. I will note that last game did go to like under 2 minutes, so we did get pretty deep into the timer there.
True.
But you know, even still, we still had a quarter of the time left. And
right, yeah.
That's
like, oh my god, and he
just
slide off down air. We saw one of those earlier in the tournament too. These unexpected slide offs can sometimes cause misinput to lead to a kill here. Ooh, the bomb jump, getting a ton of damage into a down air. Wow, it's not even overhit.
Yeah, we see that falling nair. Swooper was willing to use that really effectively against Gatsu, and here again he's using it against Fox in a different matchup, but it's still looking pretty good. Ooh, down smash the wrong way. A little unfortunate.
Ooh, that's a Mike Hayes classic. He would always down throw a lot in this matchup, and if you get the read, I'm pretty sure you can cover any of the tech options as a read. And so it's just like you just keep grabbing the Samus because she loves to shield at high percents, right? So you just keep grabbing her, and eventually 33% is enough, right? So
nice. I really like that by Kurv. He had been trying to get those punish when he gets a shield with a wave dash up smash.
Yeah.
And that wasn't working out. So this time he goes for a wave dash shine, wave dash up smash.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just a faster first hitbox. It confirms into the same kill move. Why not, put in that little extra work to get the kill guaranteed?
Yep. Finding a grab here at these high percents this time. The homing missile helping out with the edge guard.
Yeah, that homing missile had like the homing missile had run out of gas, so it was like actually almost done. And Kurv thought he was fine, and then it like tickles him, and now he has to like deal with another edge guard.
It's like a piece of like floating satellite debris that's just lost in space. You know, like it's like this isn't even active anymore.
Oh, and he goes for the down throw again. Look at how small the shield is from Swooper. He's having a light shield just to not have an M&M.
Ooh, tried to CC, but it's too high percent. Low key, Samus's get up attack is broken. It beats CC at like 80% instead of 100 for no reason. It's just way stronger than everyone else.
That's crazy. All right, Kurv does lose the stock first, but he's fixed a lot of that deficit that he got from the SD.
He makes it back. That was almost a huge SD at 0%. Makes it back. Takes the charge shot for his trouble. Goes up to 30% here. Swooper tacking on a lot of damage. Gets Shine Spike for his trouble, but makes it back.
Oh, and the shine doesn't quite connect, but Kurv finds
Oh,
another one, gets the up smash. He's putting on a ton of pressure just all up in Super's face. Let's
yeah.
see if he can.
You talked before about how he did wave dash shine out of shield before to get the punish. This time he did just wave shine out of shield. He just had the grounded shine out of shield and it just converted it into the up smash. So that's the type of tech skill that Kurv has, that you can kind of find those when he needs them. Swooper saying, I don't care. I have down airs and I can keep. Oh, and he waits for it. He finds a bomb extension. Jeez.
Ooh. I wonder if he could have gone for the shy bomb stuff in that situation and
Like
actually
bomb
broken.
wave line down or something.
Yeah. And got like a big mix up there, but instead he's able to get back to the ground, and we're continuing to play this grounded game for Samus. The nairs, Kurv finds a great nair, but then gets reversaled with a nair from Samus, and that's going to close out the game. 1-1, going into game 3.
Good game, good counter pick. I think the Swooper looks super clean on that stage. He's really good at kind of abusing the platform layouts, and even the top platform alone is pretty good for him, as it's just like just the right height for him to convert everything into stuff. So it's really good stuff. I imagine we're going to see FD here, and that's going to be, well, I don't know. It kind of depends on the playstyle Kurv wants. He might not want FD, but FD is traditionally a pretty good stage for fighting Samus. So we'll see what he wants here. Could also do like Yoshi's or something. Pokemon.
Yeah, all right. It is going to be FD. I will say that Kurv has not felt very concerned about missiles throughout. Like,
yeah.
Super hasn't found a way to make those a big part of the matchup. So it sort of makes sense that you'd want to go to this stage if you're Kurv, and you've sort of neutered that as a risk.
Yeah, I also think that missiles are scarier on other stages because like
you can do the multiple, right?
Exactly, yeah. So this like makes it a little easier. However, I will say that he's shined 2 missiles and gotten down there twice already this game alone. So like at game 1, I was like, he's not doing him at the range where he can get down here, and now he's like kind of switched that up on this stage. I think kind of like tunneling a little bit on it, but I think it only takes once or twice to kind of realize, okay, let's not let that happen again. That felt bad.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're already seeing Kurv make the adaptation is he's doing shine, and then before the missile gets there, he flops, trying to bait Samus to come in and jump but under him. So that's a fun little mix-up that we're now starting to see. Oh, he catches the double jump with the nair.
Oh, and he actually just hit them. The Sakurai combo.
Shine wave dash up smash, really clean.
Yep, more punishing ground moves on shield. That's a big part of the matchup. It's just so... I mean, we talked about how Fox's shield is oppressive for Falco. It's even more oppressive against Samus.
And there you see it again. He gets the kill off the wave shine up smash. He catches, I think it was wave dash forward tilt. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Into shine wave shine up smash. So really good stuff.
Yeah, look at the shield right now. This is so hard, and it makes these hyper sense. Like this is, oh my god, the perfect nair to anti-air Samus there, and he does die for it, but he racked up 50% insta, right? Like this is nutty. But yeah, like associating like high percent shield camping, quote unquote, is like a floaty thing, right? Like Peach, like Armato is so good at using his shield at these high percents, right? And Kurv is kind of showing that Fox can do it right back to Samus, and maybe even better. He's like so threatening in shield, right? Like.
Yeah. Oh man, and look at Kurv. He's just playing the spacing really well right now. He does the jump in shine to catch the mini charge shot.
Oh my god.
And he gets the run up smash. That's something that Super had been punishing earlier in the set, but now Kurv making him think about too much, it seems.
Yeah, Kurv is looking like he has become the ground master here. Okay, this is Kurv communicating something to his opponent here, saying come off the ledge. And actually, it's funny because I think Kurv is pretty good against people on the ledge, but it bugs him. I don't know why. It's just like.
Yeah, I think Super is definitely playing a defensive game right now, and I think that is something that Kurv really. I mean, he has to though, right? Like,
yeah, Kurv is like, if you move forward, I'll kill you. How dare you not move forward? You know. But yeah, no, I think both players are playing it totally fine right here, and Kurv's like. He kind of adapted by like moving back to center with a bunch of lasers and then stuffing in the forward movement over and over again. And Swooper is kind of responding in kind by taking his time to come in. And it's kind of what you got to do, especially on this stage where you don't really have other angles of attack. You got to move straight into Fox. And Fox has a lot of stage to dash back and shoot lasers. So.
Yeah, and the other thing I'll say is that as much as it sort of looks like Kurv is trying to communicate to his opponent, he's also like playing really clear mix-ups, right? Like there we saw him stand in place for like 2 full seconds, and finally Super's like, all right, I'm gonna missile and then come at you, and I think you're gonna shine. And then Kurv plays the mix-up, jumps over the missile, and punishes the approaching aerial that Super does to try to punish the shine. So Kurv looks degenerate until it's an advantage for him, and then he doesn't do the same thing again.
Yep. He's like, haha, I was actually thinking the whole time. Oh,
Oh, and he
and he
gets the
finds a
shine?
shine spike,
That should
and
do
he
it,
finds
yeah.
another one. Oh, he
Oh, no,
does
he
still have the
does.
grapple. He went for the up B first. Clever little mix up there from Swooper, but this time, Curve closes it out. That, I will say, is a brutal counter pick,
Mhm,
which is kind of funny because it's not like Samus is like good on platforms,
mhm.
but she like needs them.
All right,
Especially with
so
like the juggling and stuff. Like she
yeah.
just had no way of coming down when you hit her up and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In other stages, even if Samus when Samus plays her one of the things we've seen Super do really well is the falling nairs. But there's
Hmm.
a mix up there, right? Because he can waveland on the side
Hmm.
platform, or he can double jump to the top platform. He's got a lot that he can do, and then he can threaten missiles off of any of those positions.
Hmm.
Here, when he goes for the full hop, he has to come down eventually, and Kurv can kind of just wait for it.
Oh, that was sick. He got this time he went under his reflected missile instead of over it. Power shields it back and then goes in again. Really kind of
Ooh,
clever
Kurv
situation there.
Kurv tries to bait the get up option, but isn't ready for the get up attack, and gets punished for it. Pretty even here to open things up.
Yep. Oh, Super finding the push all the way in with the forward tilt to knock Fox off stage. And a couple grabs here. Once Samuses start finding their grabs, it can be a big sign for how the matchup is going to go. They kind of like, you basically have to shield. We talked about how oppressive shield is against Samus, right? Well, if you start getting grabbed for shielding a lot, Samus can get a lot off of the grabs, right? That's a huge part of the matchup is shielding enough to oppress Samus, but not enough to get grabbed.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kurv standing still, sort of again communicating to Super, but being very ready and cognizant of the mix-ups as Super decides to make a move. Ooh, I don't know about this from Super. He's gonna have to play a mix-up there. His shield was getting really low. He is able to find his way out and immediately retreats to the other corner of the stage.
Honestly, it all worked out fine. That was crazy. He just
Yeah.
like light shielded for like a really long time. And sometimes too, there is like an element of just like your opponent does have to do something there as well, right? Like your
Mhm.
shield is shrinking, but like that, I don't know how to phrase this, but like the fact that there's pressure on you kind of puts pressure on your opponent. Like your opponent wants to make something happen because they're in such a good situation. Your shield is shrinking, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta make something happen now. Otherwise, I've wasted my advantage." You know, and that feeling of antsiness is kind of like what you can kind of prey on sometimes. And it kind of felt like what Swooper got there. He's like, "My shield is so small that you're gonna try to hit me now." You know?
Yeah, it's sort of the truest definition of a bait, right? Oh my god, that uppy actually
Ooh.
works out in Super's favor. That was so clever. He knew the shot was coming. Oh, and then an accidental slide off fair, and Curve's like, let's go to game 5.
Curve is so funny, dude. Like, his ability to just like get force docked with STs and quit outs consistently is so good.
Yeah, and the best part about all this is that he's gonna come back and be really strong this game. Like somehow
Yeah,
he can do that and be tilted enough that he doesn't want to play out his fourth stock, and then just completely reset and play the next game.
yeah. I mean, it happened in winners, right? Like he got force docked by Gatu like a minute and quit out the last stock, and then won the next game. So
Mhm.
totally possible here. And this is another brutal counter pick. Oh my god. Now Samus luckily has these missiles. Like this is
Yeah.
the best stage for missiles. You can get like shoot the barrage, and you can't really just shine them because then she has mix-ups with how she approaches off of them. And the homing missiles add like an extra element that you don't have on FD because you can't do like the rising homing missile on other stages. So
Yeah, and we've already seen earlier today just how proficient Super is at those. He's very,
yep.
very fast with them, so it can be pretty oppressive. So far, things pretty even here in this first stock. Oh,
Ooh,
another grab.
Grabs are such a big part of this matchup. I also like, oh my god, and he actually hard called out specifically that side B and that side B again. Swooper with multiple exact reads in a row, and this is always the fear with Samus mains, dude. They feel like they're a bad character, and then when they beat you, it's because they read precisely what you do 6 times in a row, and they're just always watching you, man. Like whatever you do, you know they're watching you.
Yeah. Okay, that missile again. We've talked about it over and over today. How strong it's been at creating space for recoveries. We see it there again. Curve can't find a punish, and now Super gets an opportunity to rack up damage here before losing his first stock.
Yep. And already, and he can just kind of nickel and dime his way through, right? Like he's gotten 37%, and it's not like a one big combo or anything, but it doesn't have to be for Samus. It's kind of like still just continue to observe you, kind of like condition you into certain ways. It's like, am I gonna up B out of shield? Am I gonna attack you here? And the more the set goes on, the more opportunities. Like, and I might get a grab later, right? Like,
Right, exactly. It's not only is he getting that percentage that is a huge deal, but there's also that additional information, right? He's playing more and more mix-ups. He's understanding more and more what you're looking for, and so it's just more data for him to use as he plays that very heavy read-based game.
Yeah, so it's
CC
like
on the back air.
Yeah, very nice. Good slide off into forward air into nair, finding a huge combo off of it. I don't think Kurv got his jump back here. And he goes right at him this time, but SWOOPER's super ready for it. Again, reading precisely what Kurv is doing 4 times in a row.
Yeah, but despite the fact that Kurv got punished for that up B, he did it at just the right distance that he was able to get his jump back, and that's what allowed him to recover and get SWOOPER up to 90%. So we talked earlier about how Kurv, even when he gets red, even when he doesn't get the read right, it still like kind of works out for him, and we saw it again there.
Yep. Kurv dropping an edge guard there. He actually got the forward air and like just wanted to forward smash, but accidentally jabbed, I guess. Kind of a weird mistake to make, but that's might cost him being able to take the stock first. He still has a chance to recover here. Taking his time here. One more mix up, the bomb jump missile, and he does make it back. The double Uno reverse card gives the edge guard back to Samus and gives him a chance to rack him extra credit once more.
Yeah, Kurv looked absolutely shocked that actually got back on stage. He just sort of stood there, right? Like he did the like slow roll up and was just like, wow.
Finding the back air.
Yeah, and that's something you talked about earlier today, how Samus is really bad at getting back from the ledge, and if you just play the spacing right, even if he makes it tricky, you can kind of just beat him for whatever he tries to do.
Yeah, because the thing about it is like, so I think SWOOPER messed up there. I think he went for the up air aerial interrupt thing and accidentally got the up air itself and then gets hit. But even if you get the up air aerial interrupt, which does give you Galint, like you're invincible, you're just all the way in the corner. And Samus is like not that good all the way in the corner, right? So it's just kind of hard for her to like really turn it into a good situation. But here he's turning this into a good situation, getting 60% off a combo from center stage. Almost gets the nair out, but actually gets clipped by the side B.
All right, Kurv, he has sort of eked out a slight lead here, but he's got to close it out. SWOOPER leaving a trail of landmines if Kurv wants to try to come in against him. And then once he's set that up, he's able to set up his missile game. Oh, but Kurv finds the waveland off of the side platform in order to get the back air and put SWOOPER off stage.
Oh my god.
And I was really, really well played. He gets to the ledge just at the last second, so he still has invincibility to get through SWOOPER's ledge grab attempt and then find the back air. But SWOOPER, great DI, still alive, 150%. Kurv's gonna have to work a little harder.
There's the up air aerial interrupt, and he lands, but like as you can see, what's he gonna do? He immediately tries to full hop to center stage, but Fox is patrolling it with the back air. Let's see, yeah, this is the entire game right here. It's the more you can make Samus feel like she can't possibly get out of the corner, or like off the ledge. Like the only way to get off the ledge is to be all the way in the corner, and then you can't get out of the corner. So it's like that's kind of the abuse that you're trying to put on her, and you're trying to do that without getting predictable enough where Samus can hard read precisely what you do.
All right, so Kurv was able to rack up 30%, but that's not very much here. There's still 3 minutes left, so I don't think we're at a risk of looking for a timeout or anything like that, even if they play really conservatively.
Yeah. I think just both players would have to like handshake it, which I don't think is going to happen. So.
Yeah, and with it as close as it is right now, it's hard to imagine that. So, SWOOPER with a huge approach. He goes wave dash forward, dash attack. We have not seen that kind of aggression from him literally all set, but instead he gets the up